Japanese manufacturer of slide rules and their commercialization around the world. When I first saw a model, a slide rule from Fuji, I found great similarities with some European models. So I started collecting pictures and finding more model equivalences and came up with a kind of list and said, well, let's have a presentation for today. However, once I had decided, then the list grew even more, and I found myself running out of time, and I had to leave some threads open. To begin with, I have to apologize for the quality of some of the pictures I'm going to show to you today, as they are taken directly from the internet. I had to prioritize the quick completeness to the quality. Okay. I knew nothing about Fuji. The point is that I knew very little now, after some search, some company names, some starting and ending periods, and a catalog reference in the 1970s. What seems certain is that there's this other company, Chicken, related either as predecessor or as two commonly owned companies. And furthermore, in the Japanese Museum of Slide Rules, there's a reference to this other brand, Daisho, as being the three together. What I did find is a cardboard box, a Fuji cardboard box with all these languages for the same precision slide rule words, pointing at the intention of the company for selling abroad in a lot of countries. However, I have information about their success. So let's go for the rules over thing. This is quite a typical Fuji slide rule. Apart from the scale layout, what you can first see is this light green color in the slide and in the brackets of the body. It's the plastic, is not painted. Then the cursor is transparent plastic, 2 halves with 2 screws, top and bottom. Okay, although other models had separated runners and also in light green color. The brackets have some rubber stoppers, okay, for prevent the moving in the table, and other models also have 4 stoppers at this side of the rule to protect also the cursor in this other face of the slide rule. Regarding the surface, it's quite matte, it's not shiny, but the scales are very well defined. There's nice black and red coloring. So my guess is that this is coming directly from the injection mold. Okay. So if we compare, this was also used for comparison yesterday, with a big slide rule, you can see that the size of a Fuji is quite a normal size. However, once you have a Fuji slide rule in your hands, you feel thickness and robustness. Okay, and I have used this comparison in purpose because being Faber-Castell bigger, in of course nicer, in all other aspects, the thickness is the same. Okay, so this is the key for this robustness that I was mentioning. Okay, if we compare even with Aristo equivalent or even a bigger one, the thickness is smaller. Okay, so it's not an advantage, but this is feeling of robustness. Even with a student type, okay, it's not so relevant. It's minor, but it's still thicker than the two most great competitors. Okay. To this family of, say, common type, we can find pocket, simplex, duplex. We can have desktop models with closed body. We can have open body with single face for calculation, and the duplex models. Okay. However, there's another family of slide rule, not so common. And in this family, the most typical thing is the white face. Okay. And of course, sizes, desktop. This order is 20 centimeters length of the scales instead of the 25. So it's moderately big, but again, pocket. This one you see yellow, but I think this is painted. It's not the color of the plastic. Duplex sizes. So the first question is why so many whites, so many greens? These look very similar to the chicken family. So maybe this was intended only for the Japanese market, or they were the first release, because the construction is basic, I would say. So this could be the first release, and afterward they changed to this more colored version. Even more, I found two bamboo models, but after talking with Paul Ross, that is the expert of the Hemi family, he was pretty sure that they were manufactured by Hemi. Then, another question, why the interest in Hemi in branding their rules as Fuji's? No, not clear. And even more, maybe Fuji branded some plastic rules from Hemi? I don't know. Okay. Finally, in this portfolio of Fuji slide rules, I am the happy owner of a tightly slide rule. It's small but fully operational. There was also a patented pen size slide rule. Okay, it was very limited scale layout. It's inverted C, and D. The cursor was integrated in the body of the slide rule, and there was a clip to put in the pocket without any leather case. Okay. Next one is a well-controlled slide rule. I have only the pattern drawings, and you can see here a kind of knob that enters these holes and enables the movement both of the slide and the cursor at the same time. If you want to read something more, this pattern is in English, it's from the United States, so please refer to that. Finally, okay, there are two slide rules for demonstration. Okay, I found them in a list of rules in a manual, in a Fuji manual. Okay, this is all about Fuji, but Fuji also, apart from selling there directly, sold the rules to distributors that put their brand on the Fuji rules. And let's start with the easiest one, Walters Northoff, I think it's here in the Netherlands. And it's easier because some of the models still keep the reference of Fuji in the back of the rules. So you can see here again all the typical characteristics I have mentioned of the cursor, the brackets, the stoppers, and so on and so on. Next one is in England, Jacquard. I would say that all the models from Jacquard with 2 digits in the reference number belong to Fuji. I can also say that to make this sure, I have found equivalent Fuji models for the majority of the slide rule from the branders, so to make sure that they match. Next one is a standard. If you know a standard, you will say, hey, standard is not like green by light blue. So let's see these 4 models from standard Mars version. Apart from the color, you can see the details I was explaining. Okay? Even the scale layout, as I told you, match. So, why standard changed? I assume starting with Nestle and then with Fuji, maybe cost, maybe product differentiation. I cannot tell.
The standard main offices are at Nuremberg. If you're looking in this direction, you expect green. So this is Farbe. You have to differentiate against Farbe.
Okay. And from Fuji, the idea is that I'm sure that Fuji was a prestige to have the rules branded as standard and for sure larger sales. So I find no difficulty in understanding Fuji using this color specifically for standard. Next one, last of Europe, is EcoBra. I guess that this is a complement to the family of metal slide rules. Maybe cheaper, maybe, I don't know, but they are there. And from here we move to the United States digit. In fact, I found reference to this slide rule in a discussion in the International Slide Rule Group. Then I ran to find pictures, and I just see pretty look as Fuji slide rule. However, I got one, and the printing is not exactly the same. Last one is Prentice. I knew nothing about Prentice. I only know about 4 models in raw list of sellings, and I was able to buy this one. So you can see this is of the white type. It's from the other families, the only one I have found as branding a Fuji slide rule. And the question is why this one? Maybe it was the first one that was branding slide rules if the white family was the first. I cannot tell. But not everything was as easy as finding and listing, as the branders had rules that were not belonging to Fuji. And there was some rules that it was not so easy to tell if they were or were not. Okay? Again, with Walter's Knopfhoff, I would say all of you will know who this rule belongs to from the shape. At least there is a picture, but of course I can show you the original. This is fabricadas. Okay.
So your theory is that is a real fabricadas, or did Fuji copy the fabricadas?
No. This is, sorry, this is, yeah, fabricadas branding as Walter's Knopfhoff. Yeah. Okay. Then Jacquard. Okay. If we see, let's say, equivalent Fuji, there's nice similarities, but there's differences. Okay. I would say first is this not painted end of the slide. Okay. Here it should be also, but the picture is not good. Then the shape of the cursor here is smooth, and here is maybe not clear, is grooved for the fingers. Also the spring here is fixed in the middle and touches in the sides, while here it touches in the middle and is fixed in the sides. So last point is this 3-number series. Okay. So my search was look for another manufacturer that could be or could have done this. And I guess you see this whole model, okay, is white in the ends, it's not clear, but it's grooved in the slide, the spring is in this way. So I would say that this slide rule of Jacquard is done by hand. And notice, when we move to the bigger family, the 1000 family of Jacquard, again with this blue, not painted ends, I could find some model equivalent in Hope. The picture is horrible here. So I got another picture from another model that you can see again is not painted in the end. and also these brackets, rounded brackets, that is common in this family of 1000 from Japan. Ecogram.
Vaak is het zo'n idee dat het made in Japan.
Home is Japanese. And, and I don't have the rules, so I cannot tell. Okay. Ecogram. I already said this model I assigned to Fuji because of the similarities. Now that we know, I can say this model with white here and here you see the group edge is hope. But what about this? This looks as completely color, not painted, but maybe the spring is not the same, and I cannot tell. Okay, but the three for sure are ecogram. At least what I know. Standard. Standard have mass and have noise. Noise, I guess, is for schools. And the manufacturer looks more basic. And until I had this model here, I had the only way to compare, because you can see there's some differences. Okay? The first one is that, I don't know if you can see, the plastic, you can see here, has a lot of horizontal lines, longitudinal. So maybe pointing at extruded plastic, not from injection mold. Second of all, well, not existing the right color. The printing is not so good. You see a lot of blurs and defects. Even, as you can see here, the thickness of the marks is different from one scale to the other, or from one scale to another point. So there's a change in the manufacturing. There's a reduction in cost, and I could not find any other manufacturer with a similar manufacturing process. And if I look to the pocket version of this knowledge family, there's a lot of similarities. Okay, in the cursor, in the layout, and even this inch scale. You see here, it's absolutely the same as this one. In the numbering and the scale division is special, at least with the others I have compared. So I would say that this one is made from book by Fuji, but then what about the others? I cannot tell. Okay? They are in the borderline, let's say. And in summary, maybe I could start with this and leave you have a siesta. But in summary, I got 118 models from Fuji with single reference or versions that I would say same reference but significant structure changes. All this is in a Word document that is a kind of list that you have as an annex in the catalog, in the CD, the CD of the proceedings. So you can see all the models one by one with the picture, with the main characteristics, with the web from which I have taken the pictures, and in the branded models, which is the equivalent model from Fuji, or at least the nearest one I have found. What else? What is still pending? First, as I mentioned, better pictures. The problem here is that I am not a picture expert and I am not able or not know how to ask other colleagues, because they offer good pictures, because the possibility of backgrounds, picture, details, formats and so on is so great. I don't know how to ask that. Next thing is history from Fuji. I said I got nothing and I would like to get anything else. I tried to contact the Japanese colleagues. Okay. The first thing is that some of them didn't or knew very little about Fuji. Others were not available to answer me, and the majority didn't speak English, and I didn't speak Japanese. So that was the end. Next, of course, more details. I was able to get more specimens to compare, to get the difference. Maybe that would enable dating of the evolution of the groups. Of course, any other Fuji model out from the catalog or other brandings of Fuji models. And to finish, my thanks to Pano and Otto for their help in searching in the internet. William Lees was having a lot of discussions in the international line group regarding Fuji. Paul, the expert in the EMI, is now looking twice at the plastic slide rules. Andres provided the 2 patents I have mentioned, and Barbara was so kind to read the German, the Japanese version, but it was impossible to read. If you want to look for more information, 3 museums, forums, blogs from collectors, and of course websites of the different collectors with a lot of pictures. You can get this in the proceedings. And that's all. Maybe questions now or offerings to new improvements. Thank you.
Thank you, Jose. And I think you have to do a lot of work for fellow collectors, and even I am tempted to start collecting Fuji slide rules. But I have some derivatives walking north of course.
Yeah.
Big premise. Nobody has questions to the lecture? No. Thank you.
I know JK made a model in '66, which is an electro slide rule. Did Fuji make that, or did they have a complementary model? Did Fuji have an electro model?
Electro? No, yes, model. I think it's shown. But I don't. You will find in the list. Okay, I don't know the reference. I think it's 66 in Jakarta. But then in Jakarta. But you will see there's equivalent. But I don't have the model. But in the list it comes out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jose.
Jose, I think there is Regal,
No.
there is Royal,
No.
all of which look the same as your Jacquard.
No. I know because I have them. You know, this is what I didn't show here. I need to buy lots of Royals and this other brand, some Kent, some Lucida, some. I had to buy those to compare. And I can tell you that Royal is not, in the surface is not, the finish is not the same.
I was just furiously looking in my brain.
Yeah.
No, TS made the road.
TS Emblem. TS Emblem. No.
Colin bought lots of slide rules from someone, and it's gone for the moment. I might know by the end of today. Where in there were some of the makes you have quoted, and it wasn't one of the ones that you say. And it appears they were the root of where all these came from.
Well, I studied this TS Emblem, the Royal, and 2 or 3 more.
Regal, I mean, you mentioned Hope now. I thought.
Yeah, Hope as.
Hope tends to be in Australia.
Yeah, they're not in Australia, they're made.
No, but that's the only place I've found Hope slide rules rooted.
One of the discussions from Will Lees is pointed at about a list of 32 manufacturers or branders in Japan of slide rules, and there was Hope.
Right.
So I assume from that list that Hope is Japanese.
And Hope is a film manufacturer or just a brand?
It was not said there, okay, and I'm not sure. Okay, there was also all the family from Relay Rico. There was 8 or something from the brands from Relay and so, but I was not able to distinguish or to make sure which ones were what. Yeah.
You mentioned Cobra and Eaton. In the days of Fuji, Cobra was owned by Eaton. Did you know this?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.